So in this episode, we take the Z32 trans and we bolt it up to the VH45 using an adapter plate.
Okay, so...
Sorry, I'm done.
We're going to unbolt the 300ZX trans from the VG30DE, which is a 300ZX engine.
Hey.
Oh, keep the order of them.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, they're different lengths and everything. I just toss them. Here, give them to me.
There she blows, matey. Remove the oil filter. Oh, rubber mallet me. Oh, yeah. Strength of the champions.
Yeah.
Just spin her around, boys.
Alright, throw this engine away. Oh, you had a blue clutch. A blue one. A stage blue.
I was gonna say, it's code blue.
Code
you beat me
stage
to it. A blue one. I was like, dang it, got better.
What is this?
Probably XTD Stage 2 eBay.
Oh,
Probably.
oh, dude, you have a... Oh, wait, no.
Dude, I don't know.
I thought it said spec, but it says Seco. Yeah, so we'll go to bolting up the transmission to the VH now. Now we have the VH45 here. We're going to be taking off the stock VH45 flywheel.
Come here, friend. What is this thing called, Adele?
Oh, no, it does.
Thing. Ow. Bigger thing.
So we're going to unbolt the VH starter as well.
It's like hidden. Okay. Oh my god, it's spinning. Oh my god, my hair is stuck on the other engine right now. Babe, please. No!
Revenge of the VH. Or VG. There you go.
Oh my god.
You looped it into the oil dipstick.
Oh my god, how long does this take? How long is the bolt? Oh my god, my face.
That's gonna pop out. Can you hold it? Hold it.
Oh my god. Starter?
Starter.
Because you always, like, every time you move something, you're like, just say what it is.
Oh yeah. Starter.
Battery. So I got this plate. Good for macaroni. And
Edie's a little too shy to talk to the camera. But anyways, we're going to be running an excessive manufacturing adapter plate. This is going to adapt the stock 300ZX transmission, which is a stock NAZ32 transmission. So we're going to be installing this adapter plate, and this adapter plate is to adapt the 300ZX transmission to the VH45. We got all this from excessive manufacturing. It comes like with the adapter plate itself, plus like all the hardware to go along with it, so we can actually bolt up the transmission to the engine. Next step is to clean up the surface over here on the engine. Give it a nice clean area for the adapter plate to mount to. And once it's clean like that, we're going to be test fitting our adapter plate and seeing how it fits up. It's pretty easy to line up. Just, follow the dowels and make sure everything lines up with that.
oh my gosh.
And it turns out that this little bracket here, which I'm not sure what it's for yet, is getting in the way. So we're just going to quickly take it down with the angle grinder with the flat disc and sand it smooth. That is shaving down now, so bolt it up. I think so. Now the adapter plate fits no problem.
Laziest Maximus 101.
And that's the adapter plate bolted up. Now what we have are the excessive manufacturing dowels, and these are going to install in the transmission where the old dowels went that come off the block of the VG.
Did it go in here?
No.
Oh.
And these dowels get inserted on the transmission, so that way the transmission can center correctly on the adapter plate. So it's going to take these, find the appropriate holes, which is one right here, and one down there, and just hammer it in basically. Nice, good job. Okay, 7.5. So 7.5 millimeters here, 10 millimeters over here.
Let's spin her around, boys. Oh, snap.
How much did
There she blows. Why do I make so many sailing references?
that was in place? Got a new starter bolted up. So the transmission is gonna get bolted up over here, and the starter pokes out a little bit, and it's gonna hit the bracket for where the VH starter is at. So we're gonna outline this entire area and kind of just cut it off. So we will have no idea so we'll have no problem bolting up the
Who said I heard me?
VG transmission starter.
Sorry.
Which is Edie's idea.
I was like, that was my idea, and you're like, no, make it no idea, I mean problem. Something like that.
That's why it's an idea.
Yeah.
But we'll just trace this one in red.
Like legitimately the first thing I cut off smacked me in my leg.
Wow, this is really heavy. I have this shaved down now so where it clears the starter. It took a couple of test fits. So we're going to be removing the clutch and the flywheel off of the VG as well as the transmission dust plate.
Oh, look it. Maybe the clutch slayer. Oh my god. Help. Send help. Oh, no. I don't know how to work this. Oh.
You can't pull it off while it's still moving though.
It was
That's how you
me.
strip heads.
I don't like this
Yeah,
thing.
you see how it started eating
Getting
away at the
shiny?
head? Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
No.
This thing's scary when you do it.
Okay.
It's like getting a bowl. I feel like when this thing comes, it's just gonna squish my fingers. That's exactly what I was thinking. Did it?
We're going to be using this little bolt-on spacer to the crankshaft over here so that way the flywheel can stick out a little farther. But in order to adapt it, we're going to need to remove the pilot bushing over here.
How do you do it? You spin it? Do I grab it from here?
Yeah.
What the heck is this?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Hammer it.
Hammer what?
Go like this and... No, not like that.
Oh! Why didn't you give me instructions before?
Okay, yeah. Nice.
Oh my gosh! You did it!
Good job. With the pilot bushing removed, not the VH45 DE, we have this flywheel spacer and it's supposed to go right here, but as you can tell, it does not sit flush. So what we gotta do next is grind down the little lip over here on the crank, so that way spacer can sit. And here we have our flywheel, which is probably the worst conditioned flywheel that I've ever seen. And also someone welded on the back over here and then ground it down. So I told Edie not to be running this and to get another one, so she will. But as far as test fitting up the transmission and possibly driving the car around just to see if everything works, we'll run this setup. And then later on we'll take it out and replace it. And we're gonna be putting thread locker on these.
Never used that.
The torque spec in the factory service manual for the VH45 says to go between 61 and 69 foot-pounds. We'll probably do 65 foot-pounds. I'm gonna be holding the crank over here from turning, and she'll be tightening. Go. And Sonic. Now we're gonna install the clutch well as the pressure plate. So here's the clutch disc, which is actually fairly worn and needs to. Should be a little springy. Yeah. And then of course we got our clutch centering tool as well.
What is it?
So 26 to 33, so set it at 30.
I'm effing building before I start trying to figure out the
And
transmission.
there's the clutch and flywheel, everything like that installed, finally. Now we're gonna be installing the bolts that hold the adapter plate to the engine. And now according to instructions, we're gonna torque to 35 foot-pounds. And then also have blue thread locker on it.
It's like, okay.
Now we're gonna bolt the transmission onto the adapter and actually have it sitting where it's supposed to go. Oh, give her over there, boy.
Dang!
Okay, so basically we need to get this onto that center hole.
It's so hairy! Oh my god! 3 guys, 1 transmission.
Oh shit, yeah, drop this load in there.
Oh, she's getting her in there.
That's not a pizza.
Oh.
No.
What's that? Oh, that sounded like hurt. Thanks for electing me for such a helpful job, guys.
Well, I'm doing
It is helpful.
You said embrace the engine, right?
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the pizza.
What's it?
A little lower. Yeah, there. Oh.
Alright, then.
Thank you so much.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh.
You just shove her in. Like, you legit got like a half inch to go on that dowel on the bottom. Dude, are you sweating?
Yeah, it's actually heavy.
Did you hear that sound?
Yeah.
That's satisfying.
Dude, I saw the dowel going on the bottom. I was so excited.
Oh, Johnny can't give me one right now, but.
No, you're good.
Oh, that's right.
Good job, man.
Krusty Krab!
Pizza!
It is the pizza with the.
He starts to beatbox. He's like, the Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza.
Sweet.
Oh!
Shout out to Johnny and Daniel for helping. Gang.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Engine and trans are bolted up, and it's pretty simple. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Okay, so today at the offbeat garage,
Yes.
we're gonna pretend like we know what we're doing.